Hi Cancer, welcome back to my channel Tarot Z. I am Z and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading, finding out what are the messages of the cards that come out in this reading for you today. Thank you so much for joining and for being here for the reading. So let's begin, let's find out what cards come out and what messages come through with the cards. So the first card that we have is the King of Cups. We do have water sign energy with this. Could be dealing with another Cancer or a Pisces or a Scorpio. We have the Six of Cups. And we have the Five of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this Knight of Pentacles showing up here at the bottom of the deck, this does feel like a slow forward moving energy, but it does feel like it requires patience, but there is movement. It does feel like things moving forward and progressing, but I do feel like it's moving forward at a slow pace. I do feel like there's a sense of someone who likes to take their time that you may be dealing with, but I do also feel like this person is someone who's quite cautious. This person is a person who doesn't acts too quickly. This feels like a very practical person who wants to be able to ensure that things are cautious and they are taking into account things like the consequences of their actions and being able to really balance the pros and cons of being able to act. It does feel like it's something that slows them down, but this person does also feel like someone who doesn't act until they're certain. I also feel this person is actually someone who could be quite considerate and thoughtful. I do feel like they take everything into account. I do feel like they also want to be able to ensure that they have your best interest at heart before being able to either approach you or be able to present you with something. So this does feel like an energy of someone who is in a space where they have a very slow and steady approach, but I do feel like also there's a sense of being able to be very practical minded with that. I do feel like with this King of Cups showing up over here, this feels like a very loving person. I do feel like this person at the heart of things has a lot of love for you. I do feel like they also genuinely do. And when it comes to their emotions, it does go quite deep when it comes to the feelings that they have for you. I do feel like with the King of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty mature energy when it comes to handling that. This does feel like a person who is quite, it's like they come across quite emotionally mature or they have their emotions in control. So it does seem like a person who is quite balanced and also somebody who's on top of things. It does feel like a person who's very careful as well. And you do feel like the emotions are very strong, but this person has a way of being able to express that in a way that kind of keeps everything under control. But with the Six of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a bit of nostalgia when it comes to a situation. I do feel like they actually could be a sense of having some history, something may have happened in the past, being in a space where it's something that you may reflect on from time to time. And I do feel like with the Six of Cups, it may be when it comes to reflecting upon the past, it feels like it's in a positive way, viewing things in a positive light. With the Six of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like a pretty genuine energy when it comes to the feelings that you hold for someone. I do also feel that there's even a sense of being in a space where when it comes to their memories, it does feel like it has a special place in your heart. So this does feel like an energy of being in a space of experiencing a bit of a nostalgic feeling towards someone. So you could be dealing with somebody from the past. I also feel that there's a sense of being in a space where there's a lot of admiration and even a lot of love towards a situation. And I do feel like with the Six of Cups, it feels like pretty positive energy when it comes to the thought of someone. I do feel like with the Six of Cups showing up over here, this also feels like an energy of being in a space where you do feel like when it comes to the way in which the connection is remembered or is even just perceived, it feels like that soulmate kind of an energy or experience with someone. With the Five of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of being in a space where you could actually be hearing back from someone from the past. I do feel like also this may be somebody who may have gone quiet or somebody who may have it's seemingly gone ghost. I do feel like with this Five of Pentacles in the reverse, this does feel like an energy of someone who may have They may have overthought things. They may have also been in a position where they felt helpless because of being in a space where they could have actually overwhelmed themselves. I do feel like there's genuine feelings here with this King of Cups showing up over here, as well as the Six of Cups. But I do feel like with this Knight of Pentacles, this may also be someone who may have overthought and gone too much into their head surrounding those feelings. And I do feel like it could have actually kind of stifled their ability to be able to act. Could have actually been something that may have felt like they didn't know how to approach a situation. But with this Five of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, this does feel like this person is in a space where they are in a space where they want to be able to either make amends surrounding a situation like that, or there could be a sense of wanting to be able to pick up from where you left off. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have the Chariot card. We have the Hierophant card. And we have the Sun. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups showing up over here, this does feel like an indecisive energy. I do feel like also being in a space where somebody is not seeing things the way that they are, because I do feel like also being in a space where there is a sense of this person not really having the full picture because of their outlook on things. I do feel like there could actually be a sense of overthinking things. This person needs to be more grounded when it comes to being able to look at this situation. This does feel like with the Seven of Cups that there's a sense of also this person hearing from a lot of people. This may be even in a sense that this person may feel like they have a lot of options when it comes to different ways to approach things. And this may be something that kind of is putting them in an indecisive space. But this does feel like an energy of someone who's a bit confused. This does feel like an energy of being in a space where somebody is taking long to be able to act because they are in a space where they are indecisive. I do feel like with the Chariot card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to make a decision as far as the best course of action. And I do feel like there's a sense of being in a position to be able to act upon being able to have things moving in a certain direction. So I do feel like this person may be in a space where they are trying to figure it out. They are also trying to figure out what's the best course. And I do feel like also when it comes to this Chariot card showing up over here, this feels like determined energy. It does feel like a sense of being able to commit to a path, to a direction. And I do feel like staying on that path or that direction. I do feel like with this King of Cups, this feels like this person letting their emotions lead in the sense that they are following their heart. I do feel like with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to experience a sense of being able to when you want to be able to implement a very practical, traditional approach to things. I do feel like there's a desire to be able to have commitment, and I do feel like there's a sense of also being quite committed in this connection with someone. There is a sense of also feeling as though there is a end goal of being able to have that commitment with this person when it comes to the feelings that they evoke in you. I do feel like they could actually be history. So I do also feel like the time that has passed is also something that could actually be also contributing to that desire. And I do feel like with the Hierophant card showing up over here, this feels like a pretty wise energy. This also feels like an energy of being in a space when it comes to being able to learn from the past, also being something that is also helping you within being able to know how to handle a situation with someone. And I do feel like with this Hierophant card showing up over here, this does feel like a desire to have a sense of commitment. And I do feel like with this Chariot card showing up over here, you and this person do share that as a goal when it comes to wanting to be able to have things move to the next level. There's this desire for being able to have that ultimate commitment. I do feel like with the Sun card showing up over here, this is a pretty positive energy. It does feel like also being able to experience happiness within a connection and things kind of going your way. I do feel like when it comes to this Five of Pentacles showing up in the reverse, it feels like an energy of hearing from somebody that you want to hear from. I also feel this person also being in a position where they are happy to be able to reach you. So I do feel like there's the sense of being able to make something work with this person. And I do feel like it could actually exceed expectations when it comes to being able to have somewhat of a reunion. So I'm going to clarify these cards. We have forgiving and learning. We have the past life relationship. And we have pay attention to red flags. So this forgiving and learning card showing up over here, this does feel like an energy of being able to make something work. Make something work with a lot of introspection, as well as also a very conscious way of approaching things. I do feel like with this forgiving and learning card, this also feels like an energy of being able to address the situation and be able to work through it and move past it. Do feel like there's that desire, but I also feel like there is that potential to be able to actually get past something within this connection. With the Chariot card, this does feel like being able to get past any challenges in the way. So I do feel like there's also the sense of being able to actually overcome any kind of obstacles. I do feel like there's a sense of being able to get to a good place with someone as well. I also feel this sense of someone being in a space of either wanting your forgiveness or seeking to be able to offer you an apology, even with that Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So this does feel like an energy of being able to work through a situation with someone. But with the past life relationship card showing up over here, this does feel like it is pertaining to this Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups, this does feel like past energy. This does feel like also a sense of being able to experience a connection that has that sense of familiarity. That's why it does feel like it also hits quite deep when it comes to the feelings it evokes within a connection. I do feel like there's a sense of being able to be in connection with somebody who feels like they are your person. I do feel like this person may look for you in other people or other options, but when it comes to this connection, there's a sense of knowing. And I do feel like it's coming from the sense of having that karmic link within your connection, where it feels like this is a connection with your person. So it is a feeling that you get with this person. And I do feel that with this person, they may also come to find that this connection is what they've been looking for and searching for in other people. I do feel like there is a sense of being able to experience a very deeply connecting, a very deep connection in your connection with this person as well. I do feel like with the pay attention to red flags card showing up over here, this is about being able to also experience a sense of, I do feel like it is being able to enter into a connection with someone, but from a very practical mindset. It's a very cautious space. I also get this pertaining to this Knight of Pentacles. This does feel like an energy of being in a space where I do feel like someone is trying to self-protect, but I also feel like somebody is in a space where they're trying to adopt a very practical way of approaching seeking someone. So I do feel like also with that, there's a sense of being in a space where this person is taking into consideration a lot of things. They could be weighing out things like the pros and the cons, and I do feel like that is something that is also a good thing when it comes to it and the unfolding of a connection, especially amongst other options with the Seven of Cups. So it does feel like an energy of this person being able to implement a very level-headed way of choosing. So it does feel like an energy of this person being able to make a decision, but this decision isn't made lightly. This does feel like this person taking their time for a reason, and also being able to experience a lot of happiness when it comes to actually taking their time with this connection and being able to get to this place with you. So those are the messages I'm getting with these cards for you, Cancer, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will speak to you in the next reading. Bye, Cancer.